Sporting news, latest mock draft. And I'm not on board with this one, by the way. They got Aiden Hutchinson, and this has been the steam lately. Everyone talking about the Jaguars taking Aiden Hutchinson right now. They have the Lions taking Kyle Hamilton, and look, you guys know my take on that. I'm not a fan of it because I don't like the value of the pick. And remember, when I say value of the pick, the best safety in football makes $16-ish million. Like, that's the best in the National Football League. Like a known entity, the best safety in the league. So with that being said, I'm not really in the business of paying one that I don't know for sure $9 million or $10 million per year. That Jeff Okudah is like the 5th highest paid guy on the Lions right now.
Well, you always said it disrupts the whole safety chart. A safety not being chosen up there because he's slotted in to the number 2 overall, which throws everything else off, right? In negotiation, am I reading that correct? Even when if you franchise a guy, then you take into this kid's whatever, and it's even to the next contract. So what you would get him for 4 years or whatever like this at whatever deal, you're not moving backwards from that, right? There's no like if you're paying him. Is that what it is? 2nd overall, they're slotted in at a certain
correct
amount? So that's the thing. He's not going to make less than that here, right? If you're going to re-sign him, you're going to pay him more. So if you want to do that at the safety, but again, it comes down to, are they building it? How are they building this team? And it goes to me, do you trust what Brad Holmes is doing? I don't think that's the pick because of that. But again, if they did take him and they told me the why, it'd be awesome. Our guy, hey, I like it. Look at our guy.
No, he is, and it's cool, and I'm down with it. But that's where it is for me with Kyle Hamilton, is that as far as I'm concerned, the monetary value in terms of the money just is not there for me, because again,
and also too, so the money's not there, but he didn't really blow you away at the combine or whatever. What do you run, a 4.6 or whatever? Like I don't know. I just think he's got to be even more so. If you take a safety that high, he's got to be, Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu. He's got to be one of those game changers and a guy that you see, 6-8 years in the back and can play immediately.
Right. And look, this is kind of where I am, and I don't like to say it out loud, but I will now, and because I have someone else I can blame it on and not say that it's me saying it. But KFM in our YouTube chat thread says, I'm starting to like Willis at 2, honestly. He needs to sit a year, and we have Goff for at least one more year anyway. And it's the standard replies, why draft a player that high, Doughboy Steve, that can't start a damn football game after being paid number 2 money? Because his number 2 money is different than Kyle Hamilton's number 2 money. Because at the top end of Will, and again, guys, I know I have to qualify this. I always do. If they like him, if Brad Holmes believes in him, if they like his skill set, if they're a fan of his work, if they like him, if he stands in front of the camera and says, we love this guy's going to be our future quarterback, then I love the move too. Because, again, the top level of what Malik Willis's co-workers are in the National Football League, and you'll see this with Aaron Rodgers, $45 million. Stafford's getting ready to sign a contract for $45 million a year. $50 million. Now you're talking paying the quarterback $9 million a year. I'm here for that. Even if he's a washout, it's a $36 million gamble. It's still less than 1 year. It's still right around what Jared Goff's going to make this year. You know what I'm saying, D-Mac? Am I making sense here? I know people don't like that. I know they don't want to hear that. And for me, too, because it goes part and parcel to what we talk about with the D-Mac clock. For me, it's the 34 games. Everyone, and we'll get into this a little bit later, everyone wants to just, get in the strip club and make it rain on wide receivers right now. And I want to go get Amari Cooper, and I want to go get Allen Robinson and stuff like that. For me, I'm not there yet with this, D-Mac. Like, this financial setup with how it is right now, I'm still in the phase of getting the cap right. I'm still in the phase of, do I want to send Trey Flowers packing yet or not? What am I going to do with Jeff Okudah? Can he play? Is he salvageable at all? These are all decisions that still have to be made, I would say, coming into 2023. I honestly think that they do. So for me, if that's their guy, if Malik Willis is their guy, then you run that card up there to the podium. If Aiden Hutchinson was the one you wanted and you got Willis number 2, then guess what you do if Hutchinson gets taken? You take your number 2 guy in Malik Willis.
Right, because your game plan is that this is your guy moving forward. Then you're going to spend all that money.
If they like him.
If they like him. If this is your guy and this is the guy you're going to move off from Goff with, then you're going to use that money you would have spent on the quarterback, and you're going to do it the Cincinnati way, like I've always said, with the Joe Burrow and through the draft and stuff like this. And you're going to go out and then, for example, an Allen Robinson, you're going to go out there and pay him $15 million a year, right? Because you're going to do that because you have your quarterback under contract. So if they like him to whatever else, again, it comes down to whatever decisions made. I am confident that Brad Holmes and his staff have worked these scenarios out.
Gromit says, if the Lions draft Willis and he sits on the bench and Hutchinson's sacking quarterbacks and Hamilton's making big hits and interceptions, how will you feel? I'll feel fine because it doesn't impact me at that time. And legit, I'll feel fine. And the math suggests both of them won't be good. If you look at the hit rates, it suggests one of them won't be good. See, people forget that. Again, this is the fantasyization of the real-life NFL draft, to where you think that you're picking between, the stars of the NFL, where you're lining up where, if I don't choose Patrick Mahomes, then I can choose Aaron Rodgers, or if I want to wait 2 rounds, I can take Matt Stafford. When they're all guaranteed to get their numbers, barring injury. That ain't the way this works. This is the real life draft. Okay, it's all projections. You don't have a body of work at the highest level of competition, let alone a career of work that dictates who you take. This cross relation of your fantasy football league's draft to the NFL draft, it's silly, man. It is.
Well, I think that's where it is. That's what happens is you got to divert across. Remember, this isn't fantasy football draft. This isn't for points and stuff like this. This is, and especially where we're at in Detroit, it's putting this team together. Right, I show you the clock all the time. We got another season left, but this draft has to show us which fork in the road, which way we're going, and that's what I'm looking for, direction.
Alex B says Kyle Hamilton, 6'4", 220, a freak football IQ, instincts, freakish length. He is clear and away the best player in the draft and most ready. I was told Aiden Hutchinson was. Wait a minute, which one is it? Isn't that what we were told, D-Mac? And then about a month ago, I was told it was Kayvon Thibodeau.
We're told a lot of things.